Hey there. So, picture this. You were quite hungry and you want to grab out some food. You check the pantry and realize that there's nothing in the pantry. Absolutely nothing. And then you check over the fridge and realize there's either nothing to eat or basically foods that are rotten as hell. And really, you don't have the motivation to cook something, so what do? Starve to death? Hell nah. Instead, you go to McDonald's or any other restaurant, but McDonald's. Basically, one of the biggest fast food chains in the country and also the world in general. I mean, you all remember when we were young, we used to go to McDonald's and get some sort of a Happy Meal. Remember the famous mascot, Ronald McDonald? You know, before he got replaced by whoever this is? But yeah, we all grew up with McDonald's, including myself. As of now, I've rarely been to McDonald's since I don't really eat at any fast food chains most of the time. Health issues. But McDonald's is known for their recognizable menu. I mean, we all know the quarter pounder or the McDouble, and also the McNuggets and the quote-unquote the world's famous fries, even though they look pretty soggy, not gonna lie. And of course, who couldn't forget about the famous Big Mac, like Jesus Christ that is big. However, there are some items that are defunct and become forgotten over time. Some of them are basically items that are well recognized. Remember the salad wrap and the cinnamon melts? While the others are, pretty bizarre, let's say that. And that is what I'll be covering today in this video. Taking a look at some weird items that were on the McDonald's menu. I mean, some of them are gonna be too weird, right? Right? Alright, so there were some items that can be bizarre here in McDonald's, but we're only gonna be covering the 4 that I think are truly bizarre. So, what do we have here? Oh. So our first bizarre item today is the McSpaghetti. It was introduced in the 1970s in various countries, including the US. The item contains the usual that applies to other spaghetti. Meatballs, marinara, cheese, you get what I mean. And to be honest, I don't even know why they attempted to serve spaghetti in the first place, since the restaurant chain is centered towards burgers. But it's introduced to quote-unquote bolster the menu. Yeah, this is pretty dumb because again, why would they put Italian food in a burger-centric menu? Like, this doesn't even make sense at all. Not that I'm not too fond of spaghetti though, since I do enjoy me some spaghetti myself, but still. So yeah, as a result, not many people cared about the McSpaghetti, and thus it was discontinued in 1980 in almost all countries that served the item. And yes, I said almost because there is only one country that still serves the item to this very day. And no, that country is not Italy. It's the Philippines. For some reason. I don't know, maybe because McDonald's wants to compete with Jollibee, which is a chain that I don't eat. But unlike the mixed spaghetti in most countries, the Filipino mixed spaghetti contains a more sweeter kind of sauce that appears to be called banana ketchup? The fuck is that name? But yeah, that's the mixed spaghetti. I know, pretty bizarre, don't you agree? Well, there's more where that came from, because we still have more bizarre items to cover. Now, I want to talk about baseball real quick. Baseball is known to be one of the most popular sports. When it comes to baseball, the first thing you might think of is either people running on bases or some organ music. As you may or may not know, one of the most popular foods to eat in a baseball field is hot dogs. Whether they're in different sizes or have different condiments, if you're looking for food to eat during a baseball game at a stadium, well, hot dogs are probably the food for you. I mean, look at how many hot dogs are eaten at a game. But why am I saying all this? Well, because apparently, McDonald's used to serve hot dogs on its menu. And no, I'm not even kidding when I say that. They actually used to sell some hot dogs known as McHot Dogs. So basically, the McHot Dog was introduced back in 1995, featuring a sausage that is topped with ketchup, mustard, and onions. Disgusting. And it was served in locations, mostly in the Midwest. Unsurprisingly, it was also served on Toronto's Sky Dome because what can I say? It's a baseball stadium. I don't really know if the item was served in other ballparks, but all I can say is that unlike the McSpaghetti, people really like the McHotdog as the item had some success in regional areas. But despite that, hot dogs aren't the focus of McDonald's, so they discontinue it a few years later. And to be honest, this is kinda crazy when they used to serve hot dogs. I mean, imagine if McDonald's served their McHotdogs exclusively on ballparks. That would be pretty interesting. Though Nathan's famous hot dogs will probably crush McDonald's with a mallet in the hot dog race if they do. But yeah, despite the discontinuation, the McHotdog was brought back as a limited item at times, like when it was brought back in 2007 in Pennsylvania due to many sports fans begging. But meanwhile, in the city that is known for baseball, Tokyo, Japan, the McHotdog was reintroduced in 2009, but on the breakfast menu for some reason. I mean, why would a hot dog be on the breakfast menu? I don't know, they just want to put it there. There's also another version that is exclusively on Japan, and that is the McHotdog Mega Breakfast Sausage, which is like the original McHotdog, but the sausage is... well, I'll let you finish that line. So, you guys already know that McDonald's is known for serving burgers, right? Well, the next topic is about that, but with a little twist. You see, back in 1962, McDonald's introduced the filet fish, a burger that contains a fish fillet topped with cheese and tartar sauce, and it has become a staple in the McDonald's menu ever since. The burger was invented by Lou Groen 1 year before it was introduced. However, McDonald's president Ray Kroc had mixed feelings about the filet fish, claiming that restaurants would smell like fish, and wanted to introduce his own burger to put Lou up for a challenge. Well, Lou, I'm going to put your fish sandwich on the menu on a Friday, but I'm going to put my special sandwich on too. Whichever sells the most, that's the one we'll go with. And that leads to the main topic of this segment, where Kroc introduces a meatless burger aimed at Catholics. What did he introduce, you may ask? Well... What is this? What the hell is this? So yeah, the Hula Burger. It's literally a burger that replaces a usual beef patty with a ring of pineapple. A ring of fucking pineapple. If you think pineapples on pizza are that bad, well, wait until you see an article about this. I mean, seriously, why the hell Kroc think it's a good idea to make a burger with a pineapple ring as a patty? That is basically one of the most stupidest food ideas I've ever witnessed. So anyways, Kroc decided to use the Hula Burger to challenge Lou and his filet fish on which burger would sell the most in one day. In the end, exactly 350 filet fishes were sold. But the question still stands. How many Hula Burgers were sold? Well, 6. Just 6. Yeah, it appears that almost no one likes the Hula Burger and wants to prefer the filet fish instead. Which I'm definitely unsurprised about since, again, it's just a pineapple ring on the burger. So in conclusion, the filet fish wins and gets added to the menu permanently. As for the Hula Burger though, well, let's just say we never have to see that abomination ever again. Good riddance. Alright, so let's summarize the things we covered so far. We take a look at the McSpaghetti, which people don't really care about. The more interestingly McHotdog, which gained some success but still doesn't fit with the menu. And we got the Hula Burger, which we don't talk about that anymore. So yeah, it appears that we covered everything we need for this video. Except for one. The time when McDonald's attempted to compete with pizza chains. You get where I'm going. Throughout the 1980s, the pizza chain race had been expanding, with some of them gaining the most success. Examples are Pizza Hut, which is known to be one of the oldest pizza chains in the US, Domino's Pizza, which by the time introduced its mascot named the Nor, Little Caesars, which introduced the square deep dish pizza, and Papa John's, which recently been founded by the time. These four will become the biggest pizza chains in the US, competing against each other and being notable for their famous pizzas. But when McDonald's saw the rise of pizza chains, they were like, hey, why don't we make our own pizzas to compete with them? So thus, they developed their own pizza known as the McPizza. The McPizza was developed around the 1980s. It was introduced 1 year before the 90s, when it was served at some locations like Evansville, Indiana and Owensboro, Kentucky. It was originally supposed to be a family-sized pizza, before it decided to be shrunk shortly after. The ingredients of the McPizza are basically like any ordinary pizza: marinara, cheese, and basically a variety of toppings. McDonald's has a plan to serve the McPizza as a strategy to bolster its dinner menu, and compete with pizza chains, since ultimately their evening sales have been going downhill, and they believe that pizza will be the cure for that problem. I mean, that wouldn't be the best idea, but yeah, this isn't the best idea. But despite that, the McPizza had become well known by customers in the 90s, and for years, it had been expanded from a bare minimum of locations to basically hundreds of locations, which is pretty insane, not gonna lie. This draws many attention to many pizza chains. For example, when Pizza Hut stepped in and realized that McDonald's was selling the McPizza, they weren't quite too happy about it. So, what do? Well, they decided to roast the hell out of McDonald's and call their pizzas McFrozen. They say it here, folks. But despite the recognition of the McPizza, it has led to, well, many problems to be exact. You see, McDonald's is a restaurant chain that mainly focuses on burgers, which of course it is. And the truth is, because it is focused on burgers, it will be more difficult, if not nearly impossible, for McDonald's to compete successfully with big pizza chains. In addition to that, many locations had to be remodeled if they want to add in pizza equipment, like an oven for example. Not to mention that the McPizzas take a very long time to prepare, probably because they want to be perfect, and it is more expensive than other McDonald's menus by the time. Like, damn, $9 for a deluxe pizza? But yeah, unfortunately, because of all these problems, the McPizza was discontinued in almost all locations in the early 2000s. But look at the bright side. Locations in Pomeroy, Ohio and Spencer, West Virginia are still serving McPizzas to this very day. Oh wait, never mind, they actually stopped serving them after going viral. I guess the only way to order McPizza now is to take a trip to the world's largest McDonald's in Orlando, Florida, and damn, this place looks huge. Yep, you can still order pizza from McDonald's in Orlando. In addition, you can order many unique items that aren't served in usual locations. You can order an omelet from there, a Philly cheesesteak, or even a gourmet chocolate fudge cake. Remember the McSpaghetti that I talked about earlier? Well, you can actually order some in Orlando, so it isn't the same as the one in the Philippines. But yeah, the world's largest McDonald's has basically everything on the menu. I even spied the location when I was in a trip to Orlando a year ago. So, am I willing to eat these bizarre items McDonald's served? No, that would be gross, especially the hula burger. But it's kinda interesting how McDonald's had tested and experimented with the menu by adding foods that don't fit with their focus, even if they failed a few years later. The moral of the story: if you're opening a menu with a specific focus, don't try to gain customers by adding bizarre food that's outside that focus? I don't know. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video essay. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to like and subscribe for more quality content. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, y'all.